Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And today I want to call you an influencer, I know, but I love what you do on your Instagram. Entrepreneur and owner of Pride Beauty Lounge, Tori Yeomans. Thanks for coming to the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I remember just seeing your post. First off, I love that, like, inclusivity is kind of baked into the DNA of your company. So I'll just start there. Why is that important to you?
Being inclusive is important just because I've always been like very community centered. Like that's just how I grew up. And also being in the queer community, being indigenous, being disabled, all of those things are just, they are me. So if they are me, then they are my company.
Someone wouldn't, I guess, call you indigenous or like, when they look at you, they'll be like, oh no, she's white. Or
I'm
whatever.
white.
And you're like, oh, why are you so, you should be worried about the bottom line, I just want to make my payments, I make sure my staff are paid, but being inclusive, especially with what happened with COVID. There are people that are just because your company is inclusive, they just don't even come to you or engage with your company. Like, was that ever a worry for you?
What?
Was that ever a worry that, baking inclusive VT into your company would keep people from, because it's a new business, right?
That's so true. Honestly, that did cross my mind because of how niche the company is. Like, it is so niche. But I feel like because of that, like, I have targeted my market to a T, and that has only ever helped my business. With beauty businesses in general, I feel like they are very, like, the same, cookie cutter, like very much cookie cutter. And so I think especially with a new business and being straight out of school and opening my business, it had to have a niche or else it just was going to be another cookie cutter anyways. So, and that's just not me.
Yeah, but so it's I mean cookie cutter is great, you say that, but it's not as if there is a path. But usually what it's like, I want to do this, I'll go to school, and then I'll walk somewhere, and you're like, fuck that, I'm just going to jump. Like, was that scary at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
And thinking back at it, I'm like, wow, I was really brave to do that. But before that, I was, like, employed. I worked in mental health, and I wanted to be in the beauty industry so that I could be self-employed. So I had no, like, through the program whole and whole, like, there was no intentions of ever working for anyone else.
Wow.
Like, so going out of school, I did a placement for like a month, and then I just opened my business because I was like, might as well. I don't want to work for anyone.
Are they, I mean, I guess there are so many different beauty lounges all over the city, and you decided to find this niche. Was it difficult to find the people that you wanted to work with?
Yes, it was. My first employee, I had another business. I sold lashes, and I knew her, Brittany, she bought lashes from me, and I knew she was an esthetician, and she was on mat leave at the time, and I was like, you need to work with me, because I knew she was so similar to me, and then we had the same goals, we very socially conscious, etc. So I was like, this is the type of person I want to work with. And then she knew someone else, and then it went from there. And then actually, like, a few of my employees now are people I went to high school with, who I know are also, like, I just know them. I know their heart is good. And friends of friends, like, a lot of my employees were clients of us. So it's just kind of referral a lot of time too, to work with Pride Beauty Lounge. It's very close-knit in that sense. Like, I need to know that your heart's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's in the name, but why did you decide to call it Pride Beauty Lounge?
because it's queer centric, and the idea was always queer centric, so pride associated with queer. And just, I think when I think of pride, I think of like being confident, and I wanted it to stand out more. So that's why I wanted to use the word pride.
Okay.
And also like disability pride, etc. too, right? So.
Let's rewind though. You said you worked in the mental health field. How did you get to work there? What were you doing there?
So I went to school for community and human services, specializing in addictions counseling. After that, I worked in counseling for youth sex trafficking survivors.
Yeah, you don't pick the easy things, eh?
No. And then I worked at a rehabilitation center for people with complex mental health issues. And currently, I also still work in mental health, kind of. I work at the Mi'kmaq Friendship Center as well, so.
Up the street or a different one?
Yeah, the one that's
right. I'm like, oh, that's it. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, like, you know, the more I talk to you, the more all these layers are peeling. I'm like, oh man, of course, you love what you're doing. You're a very interesting person, but also community is just always circled like even what you went to study. Why did you decide to study that?
I wanted to study mental health because I had been dealing with mental health all my life, having mental illness. And when I was younger, when I was about 15, I saw a school counselor, and I told her that I was suicidal. I was like 15 at the time. I was like, I'm suicidal. And at the time, so traumatic, she ended up calling the police.
Holy shit.
She called social workers. I was admitted into the hospital. And this was like my first introduction into like the system. And I hated social workers. And at the time, I fully remember, I was like, I wish that whoever I was talking to went through something instead of just read a book and now they're talking to me.
Right.
Like being that self-aware at 15, being like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, what does she know? So I wanted to work in mental health because I could sit at the other side and be like, I can actually empathize, not just sympathize. So I thought that was important.
Wow. What was the outcome of that? Like, you know, what happened with the with the school counselor?
I don't really remember. I remember I was in the hospital, and then the social workers, I was on suicide watch for a bit. They ended up medicating me, and then I've been in therapy for around 11 years now.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, it makes sense why you are really passionate about what you're doing. Okay, so you had that experience like, fuck this, I'm going to find a better way to do this. You studied that you could kind of start in the, I don't want to say, mental health is always difficult, but at least in the not so, you know, you went to complex and people, you know, survivors of sex work. That's, how do you even take care of yourself to be able to do that work? I can't even imagine it.
Yeah. Since school, they always really ingrained, like, you need to find a method of self-care or you're going to be burnt out. Like, that was very ingrained in us. It's very ingrained when you're working in the mental health industry, care work, etc., that you need self-care or your career is just going to be gone. So my methods of self-care has always been beauty and skincare and makeup and going to the spas and getting massages and getting facials. That was always what I've been into, like, as a hobby. And even like learning how to do my own hair, learning how to do my own lashes, you know, doing my makeup for like an hour was just like self-care to me. So when I thought of like the beauty industry to go into as a second career, I was like, I think this is actually a lot more similar with self-care and beauty than people realize it is.
I agree. I remember for one of my birthdays, I got like a card to go and do my nails, and I was like, why don't they tell everyone to do this? Because it was so relaxing. Yeah. It was so relaxing, and like I do that almost every month now. Anyway, so you found some way to take care of yourself. like, but it's also your job now. Is there, I don't want to say conflicts, but like, does it ever get like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this because this is what I need for myself, or how do you navigate that?
It's a really good question, and I've thought of that. I'm like, is this going to ruin it for me? And it hasn't.
Oh wow.
It's only ever like helped me more, especially having all the professional products now, too.
Right.
So I still like I go to Pride Beauty like all the time. Do like my staff do my nails, they do my facials, and you know I still make that important. I still like going to other salons and spas and getting massages, and even going to other places and getting pedicures just to see what they're kind of like, you know. And so it's still like even at home, like my skincare routine, they're still very important, and it hasn't ruined anything that I'm in that industry and I'm still doing it at home. It's still my self-care.
No, that's great. And okay, well, so you said self-care for you was skincare, makeup, all that stuff. How did you get into like makeup and beauty and before it became a business?
I don't really know, honestly. I think just growing up feminine, you know, my hair. When I was in high school, like I spent so much time doing my makeup in the morning. It was just a part of me. I've always liked that. Doing my hair, etc. That's just always been something that I've done, and probably just because being a feminine person.
What about it feels good to you? Like the makeup and all that. What about it feels good?
I think that subconsciously that it feels good because it's like an act of self-love.
Right. You're really saying, I love you. I'm doing this for you. You know, it's like you're telling yourself that.
Yeah. Also knowing like after I do my makeup or after I do my hair, after I take care of myself, I'm going to feel confident and I'm going to feel good because I know what it is like, you know, going through depressive episodes and not being able to wash my hair or not being able to, like, I would get mats in my hair from my depression, not washing it, not brushing it, not taking care of myself. So I know what it's like to like be on the other end where I'm not taking care of myself and it makes everything worse. So being able to take time for myself and do those things makes me feel more confident.
Okay, so you're doing the social work and you're taking care of all these people, and like, oh wait, I want to start a second career. What prompted you to think of starting a second career?
Like in the beauty industry?
Yeah.
I don't, so COVID came out.
Oh, fucking COVID.
I feel like a lot of people did career changes at that point.
Yeah.
Where we're like stuck at home, even though I was in care work, but I actually got COVID.
Whoa, like at the beginning?
At the beginning. So
that's like when we didn't really, oh my God.
It was bad. I was out of work for like a month and a half because I was so sick.
That was before the vaccines.
Yep.
Holy shit.
The first boat of it. And so I had a lot of time to reflect.
Right.
And I was like, I think, at the time I was like, I'm going to go to beauty school just for funsies. I just thought it was going to be fun. And it ended up being a career that I wanted to get into full time. Because I thought it was going to be like fun. I was going to do it as like a side job, like nails at home, while I worked at the rehab, etc. But it was definitely more than that.
At what point did you decide, okay, I'm going to start my own, salon?
Probably like maybe 2 months into the program.
What? How long is the program itself?
Just 10 months.
Okay, so 2 months and you're like, fun, I like this. I'm going to start this. Man, you're such an inspiration. I think so much before I do one thing. I'm like, 2 months in, you social. Okay, so 2 months in, you want to do it. How are you preparing to start your business, I guess, 8 months from then?
I think before I even went into the program, I had like a side business anyways, selling lashes. So I was familiar with like writing business plans and that aspect of things. I also have like a background in, other businesses. I've done so much.
Okay, I need to ask. I hate business plans. Like I kind of know what I want to do, but writing it down.
I know. It's helped me though. It helps me like gather all my thoughts and put them all together, and then being able to refer back to something that I'm like, okay.
Oh no, I'm totally gonna reach out to you about that. I need you to hook me up with business plans, cause anyway, so you do your business plan, yeah?
Yeah, I did my business plan, and it just went from there. That I was just like, this is just gonna be a business now.
Was it? I mean, you know, in COVID, most people are home. You're doing all these things. Like, your business is brick and mortar. You actually have to have a place where people come. Like, was it difficult to find that place? And
Yeah, oh my gosh. So I was looking into commercial real estate through Halifax, Dartmouth, and the prices were astronomical per month. Like even Dartmouth Crossing. I was like, maybe in Dartmouth Crossing. And I knew I wanted something like a little bigger. Like I wanted like multiple employees, etc. But like we're talking like $25,000 a month.
wow,
I was like, no.
that's insane.
I was like, we're gonna bring it back a little bit, and
Right.
I found a salon. It was a hair salon in Sackville, Lower Sackville, and it was a lot less expensive. So I was like, we're gonna go with this one.
And then, how long did it take to set it up to be what you wanted it to be?
3 months.
You're like a machine.
I know. To be fair, the place that I was renting, it was already set up. All I did, like I painted walls and I changed light fixtures and I moved, like I removed a lot of the furniture.
When you said do you mean like you literally did that or?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what are you? What?
Me and my family, yeah.
Holy shit.
We went and we painted it. We did that all ourselves.
Anyway, and how was it? Do you remember what it's like the first day you opened Prayer Beauty Lounge?
It was definitely terrifying and I did not sleep.
Finally, something that scares you. Oh my God.
I'm like shaking the whole time. I'm like, I don't know, I'm too brave. Like, we're just gonna do this.
God damn. And how many staff do you have now?
8.
Huh. That's big.
Yeah.
And I mean, and they all have to buy into like, you know, queer and inclusivity and all this. Huh. Okay. Oh, the other thing, you know, as a queer person, was it difficult like to come out or navigate that at all for you?
It was. When I came out as queer and had like my first partner, it was really awkward to like tell my parents, obviously. I was like nervous, but they were really cool and accepting. My dad was a little, but you know, overall it was okay. And the same with like coming out as non-binary. It was kind of awkward, but less awkward. But I knew that people weren't going to understand it. So I was just kind of expected, like, hey, like, gender's fake, okay?
Why do you think people have some difficulty understanding that?
I think just because it's ingrained in us. Like, even when I was younger, like, if you asked me anything about non-binary, I couldn't tell you. I didn't know until a few years ago. And then I was like, that's me. Like, don't know. I think because a lot of people, they don't like what they don't understand. And that's kind of instilled in them probably from their parents and their grandparents, etc., is to like question things and not really understand things like that. Or just in general, like the queer community.
Yeah, I mean, you find like the lady that wrote the Harry Potter, like you can write about the wizards and stuff, but this is difficult to understand. I don't understand it. I think to me, it isn't even affecting the person in any way. You know, like someone being queer or gay or whatever. It's not making the person grow shorter or taller or make them like it's not affecting you in any way. I don't know. I don't understand why people. I can't get it. I can't wrap my mind around it.
I don't know. I'm not sure why people are like that. I think that's like a really good like philosophy question. Why are people so concerned with what other people are doing?
Yeah, like it's not affecting you. I mean, and I think what's his name? The last president of the whatever. Anyway, with how we was talking and people are now like, and then people got into, oh no, trans people are going to come to the bathroom and like, what? I don't even understand it. I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, what? Anyway, so Pride Beauty Lounge. What are some things you love about that space?
My team. I think every day, like, it's such an inspiration to like work with such cool people and have like such cool clients too. It's like I've literally curated this space full of like really cool people and I get to work with them like every day and I get to see them every day and like the clients are so cool and I've made so many friends. Like, I think that's like my favorite thing.
It is so cool. Oh, another cool thing you do, your Instagram. How do you navigate social media? Because like your Instagram videos are pretty cool.
Thank you. I've taken like additional training in that. So I did through the Sackville Business Association. They actually they let Sackville business owners do the NSCC digital marketing, like a mini course kind of thing. So I got to do the digital marketing course. And then I went on and did social media management certification. And then I did another business program with a business mentor where I learned social media. So I really like social media. I think it's so fun. And so I went out and seeked more education around it because I was like, I like it and it boosts my business. And pretty much since the beginning, like Instagram and TikTok have been what brings in clients to Pride Beauty Lounge. Just when we're thinking of like your target market, where do they hang out? What age are they? What apps do they use? Like, how do they find beauty salons? Social media. So like I had to be successful. I had to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I know you do it. You do it. You make it so easy. Okay, so here's one for you though. I know you're a busy person. You have all this thing. You still do the mental health thing. You run. You're responsible for at least 8 people. And then you also have to make time to take care of yourself. But how do you juggle all that? Wait, are you dating?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're also dating. So how are you juggling all that?
I know. I am a really big calendar person.
Oh, right.
So even to the point, like my girlfriend and I, we share calendars. Like we have a combined calendar because she works too. So I work 2 jobs. I work at Pride Beauty Lounge and have my hours there. I do lashes at Pride Beauty Lounge. I manage Pride Beauty Lounge. And then I also work at the Friendship Center. And then everything else. So like we combine calendars. But then I have my own separate calendar and I do time blocking. Like I'm very, very busy in my day to day. You know, and then I gotta find time to go grocery shopping. Like, I have to be organized or else it's not gonna work.
Which app do you use for your calendar?
So we use Timeshare, I think, for the combined one. But my personal one, I use just Google Calendar.
Oh, okay.
I've tried other ones, but Google Calendar, it's my favorite.
Yeah, to me too. Well, I don't use I don't have an iPhone, so but I just love Google. It's easy. It's just easy. Okay, so always great talking to you. And I'm gonna reach out about our business plan thing. Real talk. But I want to let you go with this question. So there's someone watching or listening, and they're like, "I want to be just like you." What advice would you share?
I think there is like a lot of benefits to like doing things that maybe everybody's going to tell you not to do. And I'm lucky that I have like parents in a support system that other people's parents and support systems would tell them like, you are crazy. You need to do this first. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. But I think there's such benefit in just going ahead when you see something and you want something to just do it and stop being scared of what other people are saying and what other people are going to say, or, you know, comparing yourself to others and what path you should be on. And just, if you want something, just do it.
We want something, just do it. Tori, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.